Hello, this is my vintage Presto cooker canner model 21 AV. I wanted to make a video of this. I bought this at the local thrift shop, the Value Village thrift shop, about maybe 8 years ago because I was curious about pressure canning and I was just looking around for a cheap pressure canner. And one of the reasons why I was attracted to this is because it came with all the parts. This is the petcock. You just stick it on the top, and you could just regulate the pressure after you get done canning. But I don't use that. I just wait for the pressure to go down, and then I pop this off. And this is kind of like a safety thing. If I don't see any steam coming out of there, that means the pressure is relieved, other than the the pressure gauge reading zero. And let me open up the canner here. When I got this thing was just disgusting. It took a lot of elbow grease to get it cleaned. On the inside, there was just black stuff around on the inside. It was really bad. And it originally had like a canner rack with a handle. You could put a bunch of jars on the rack and lift it with the handle, but that thing was rusty. I threw it out. This is my lower plate, I guess, or rack. This is not an official Presto one. I made this one out of a piece of aluminum, an old pan I got at a rummage sale that was in a free pile. It was an aluminum pan. What I did was I just bent the corners back to fit the circumference inside the canner, and then I drilled a bunch of holes in it for air, for bubbles to circulate and stuff. And I think this was something that I had originally planned. I was going to put squares along the pan, but I decided not to. I just drilled a bunch of holes in it. This is an old West Bend, maybe like a cookie sheet or something. But I bent it, and it fits perfectly on the bottom of the canner. The jars, they don't fit the level list on here, but it works. Maybe one of these days I'll find an actual rack from Presto that will fit in the bottom of here to replace that. And one of the things I did when I first got the canner after using it for the first time is I replaced the gasket. I bought a new gasket kit on eBay, and the gasket kit included this little valve right here. The gauge does work. It does fog up every once in a while. If it does fog up, you got to pay attention to how much pressure is reading on the gauge. I mean, even though there may be condensation in there and it fogged up, you'll still be able to see if the gauge moved up and down. I'll eventually replace the gauge. I don't know when, but it has Bakelite handles. But yeah, I used this thing pretty much already. I used it to can potatoes that I bought. I used it to can green beans. During the first time I used it, I was having problems. The jars would lose water. It was because my pressure was too high due to my altitude. I was pressure canning at 15 pounds of pressure, when in reality I should have been pressure canning at 10 or 11 pounds of pressure. And some people may look at this old thing and think, well, this thing is a piece of garbage, unsafe. But Yeah, I mean, it's safe to use if you know how to use it properly. For one thing, as far as any canner goes, a great thing to do is not leave it side. Once it builds up pressure, just lower the temperature on the burner until it maintains pressure, and do not leave the room until the canning process is done, because you want the pressure to remain steady instead of going up. That's the reason why you can't leave the room and leave this thing unattended, because if you don't keep the pressure regulated, the pressure will go up, and it would just be a danger to yourself and your home. And yeah, I mean, it's safe to use as long as you use it properly. It does not matter how old the canner is, but this thing has been good to me. So, anyways, I thought I'd give a tutorial. A lot of these canners I see on YouTube and videos are newer ones. This one has to be about probably 60, 70 years old. I don't know. And I thought I would make a video of it. And that concludes the video. Bye.